welcome to Orlando Accomplice. This is episode 7, and I'm Becca.
And I'm Jake. And today we're going to be doing our hot takes for Universal. So we've already done one of these for Disney. So
And
this
it was
time,
fun.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That was our first ever podcast.
So if you haven't listened to that one already, go check it out. Like Jake just said, it was our first ever podcast. So I'd probably cringe watching it back.
Yeah, probably. And yeah, first of all, I just want to say, sorry we've been away for so long. I mean, we've been away for a month and a half, but we've still been doing stuff on Instagram, still been doing stuff on TikTok. So if you're following on there, say again?
Steady away.
Yeah, steady away. Just plugging away up there. So if you are following us on Instagram and TikTok, you'll have seen how busy we've been. And if you're not, and you're audio listeners or YouTube watchers, go hit us up there at Orlando Accomplice.
Yeah. But let's address the elephant in the room before we get going into the actual podcast. Well, the elephant in the room is, of course, the room. We are somewhere new. So if you're listening and not watching, we have a new little studio space. So we're no longer setting up and taking down every single time we do it in our little tiny home office that I work in every day. And it's frustrating because I've just got this array of cables and microphones and lighting equipment crammed into this little box room when I'm trying to do my actual daytime job. So it's nice we've got this space now.
And it'd be nice when we've finished the recording, we could just go home.
We don't have to pack anything down. But yeah, it's not finished yet. Bear with us. If you've got any tips on the lighting, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Hopefully the sound's brilliant. We've got Jake and his friends have built soundproofing panels that we will be uploading a studio
tour.
Yeah. I want to say tour every single time. Studio tour. I mean, it's a very small room, but it's perfect for what we need it for. But yeah, we need to build the shelves. They're looking a bit bare, so.
Yeah, on his trip in May, we said that we're not going to go and buy anything
but we need to
any stuff
now.
we don't need. But yeah, now we've got a need.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll end up buying stuff definitely.
So yeah, it'll change and it'll grow with us, hopefully. But very, very glad we've got this space. The only downfall is now for our cocktails. We kind of have to bring stuff with us.
So we still followed on that tradition. We still got a drink.
So today, hold on. We have, it was a slushy margarita that I made in our new Ninja slushy machine that I'm obsessed with. But now is sadly melted because Jake took too long.
Oh, don't be blaming me.
Setting up the lines.
I think mine's still kind of slushy. I've got a big ice. I've got a single cube in my...
One cube?
in my slushy. We're going to do a taste test?
Yeah, cheers to the new studio.
Room. Yeah. That is banging.
Tastes like summer.
But it's not frozen, but to be fair, I think I prefer non-frozen margaritas to frozen margaritas.
Well, right, whatever. I've probably got tahini all over my mouth now. Lip gloss and tahini doesn't mix, but you can't have a margarita without a tahini rim. So yes, welcome back. Sorry for taking the absolute moral high ground getting this episode out, but here we are, we're doing it.
Yeah. And yeah, so we'll do his normal disclaimer just for new people who are just joining us for the first time. So we are an adult friendly podcast. We still not find the right term for that.
No.
But we just mean that we talk about alcohol, we talk about drinking, we swear sometimes. We've been pretty good at trying to keep the swearing down. We just talk about more adult themes, I guess. We're not talking about Rudy-Doody stuff. Yeah, these are all our own views and opinions, so you may agree, you may not agree, which is a good thing about a podcast because you get to see our take on things and you might disagree and you can always just fight out in the comments or drop us a message or just chat to us because we're really open to just talking about everything Universal or everything Disney, anything to do with Orlando. We just love to talk
and I said in the first or second podcast, we have no friends that are into this.
Yeah. And since we've been growing this channel and growing
we've made friends.
We've made so many friends and been connecting with some really cool people. So shout out you guys. And we've also as old friends, but as day-to-day life friends. they're still here and we're still chatting to them and they're learning so much on each episode.
Yeah.
And they're not necessarily Universal or
But we
Orlando
appreciate the
people.
support from our friends that do not give a shit
Yeah.
about
But when we're making
Disney
when we're
and
making millions of pounds, we'll take you out.
dream.
Millions of pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, slight exaggeration.
Yeah.
So today, as we said in the beginning, we've done our Disney hot takes, and it's only right that we do this for Universal as well. So we've got 10 each. I don't know what his are. He doesn't know what mine are. Some of mine are more statements than hot takes, but it's our video. We make the rules. So do you want to start with your first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Hot take.
So when we're doing Universal, we're covering parks,
All
City
of it,
Walk,
everything.
and hotels.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to readjust.
So for them people who don't know, like we say, we've got a lot of people who listen to us podcasts who don't necessarily have maybe not even ever been to Orlando, but they're wanting to go. So like all the information is like really useful for them guys. So for you lot, Universal's made up of like a complex of hotels that are kind of in the outer circle, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then there's a place called City Walk, which has got bars and restaurants there, which kind of connects the two parks. So you kind of if you're going from the hotels, you get in transport or you walk into City Walk, and then from then on you go into.
It's a very walkable park.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Complex.
So yeah.
Resort. That's the word. I'm really sorry. I'm going to be wiping tahini off my mouth the entire time.
Which is kind of annoying that, well, not annoying, but like obviously Epic is opening quite far away from here. So
it's like 2.3 miles down the road or something. But there's buses, there's transportation. But that's not why we're here.
No. So my first hot take is there's no above average restaurants in City Walk.
Totally agree.
So I think that.
No. Carry on.
I know what you're going to say that is above average. But like, I just find there's no. Like, it's hard to not to compare it with Disney Springs. But whereas Disney Springs has amazing restaurants that, like, if you put it outside the Disney bubble, it'd stand alone. I feel like if you took any of the restaurants in City Walk and took it out of City Walk, some of them probably wouldn't even survive, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah.
But you're going to say that you like the Mexican.
I do. I've forgotten how you pronounce it. I say it wrong every single time.
Angitos or something, I think, is it?
Yeah. It's on the upper deck behind Big Fire. Yeah. And they just do nice tacos and it's big in there. There's always seating. It's freezing. But what restaurant isn't freezing when you step out of the Florida heat and the aircon's like the Arctic?
Yeah.
I like it in there. Yeah.
I do like it. I'm not like knocking any of them, saying that they're bad restaurants. I just think they're not above average. I think they are average. Like I'd compare some of them to like
the chains.
Yeah,
majority
like
of them are chain restaurants.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Disney Springs, if like we say, we're not comparing, but they have, I think, some standalones.
Yeah. A lot of celebrity chefs and stuff.
Yeah, Homecoming. It's delicious.
Oh yeah, and Frontera Casino.
Frontera Casino.
Yeah, and like pretty much every restaurant, I'd probably say in Disney Springs is above average.
We've not eaten at every restaurant.
We've not eaten at everyone, but
the ones we've eaten at, yeah. But okay, well I'll rejig my points about and follow up on yours with mine. Cowfish is overrated and overpriced, right?
Yeah.
The food is average, and when we went there, it was a complete mess inside.
Yeah.
Like, there was chips just all over the floor that had been trodden on.
Forgot about that, actually.
Yeah, they were everywhere. And by the time we'd eaten, like, sat down, ordered, eaten, and were leaving, the chips were still all over the floor.
Yeah.
There were spilt drinks everywhere. It was busy, but, like, staff weren't run ragged.
No. And I do think where we sat on the patio outside, it were a bit weird. It were like we could have sat outside, you know, where Burger King and stuff is up there.
Yeah.
If we could have sat up there, and it would have been probably the same experience if we would have had at Cowfish.
So yeah, Cowfish is overrated, overpriced. There's always a queue for it. It's quite hard to get a reservation, and I've had better sushi from Sainsbury's.
Have you?
Yeah. And I had I can't remember what the meal was, but it was like an old school kind of junior school. What are they called? The thing you carry your dinner.
Tray.
Yeah. But it had little compartments on it. Do you remember?
Oh,
when you were in
like
primary
a
school.
Lunchable.
Yeah. But we used to have different coloured trays, and if you got there was
You were fancy
one
school,
rogue, there was one rogue yellow tray, and if you
right.
got that one, you were the
Getting
lurgy
bullied.
child of the day.
That's good to take that.
So yeah, Cowfish. I wouldn't go back there, and I wouldn't recommend it to someone. But
Yeah,
I know a lot of people
Do
highly
like it.
rate it.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather eat at Margaritaville, and that is the chain of all chains.
Yeah, I think I probably would.
Get a plate of nachos the size of your head for a family of 9 and eat it by yourself.
Yeah, try to eat
Someone
it by
has
yourself.
done that.
So yeah, going into the parks. So my next hot take
Number
is
2.
there is too many screen rides.
Oh yeah.
Or too many rides that are similar. Because if just off the top of my head, I can think. So there's Kong. There's Spider-Man. There's Forbidden Journey.
Yep.
There is
Simpsons.
Transformers, Fast and Furious. Is that all of them? I wouldn't class Gringotts as
Minion shooty.
Yeah, Minion Mayhem.
Yeah. Minion
The other
shooter.
Minion ride.
Yep.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yep.
That's it.
But it is. People do say it is the theme park of screens.
Yeah, that, and then you could count Gringotts, so that's 10.
Gringotts.
And
yeah, they are big screens, aren't they? But not always.
No, but I feel like that's got more of a roller coaster thrill ride element than the other ones.
Well, hopefully they've taken on board people's feedback from the past 10 years and not done it so much. Well, we know what's coming to Epic.
Yeah.
Is there any screen rides?
Well, apparently they have taken consideration.
They just make people sick.
Yeah. And I think the only screen ride, I'm trying to think what they're actually, there'll be the Mario Kart one will have a screen.
Yeah.
And then maybe the one in the Ministry.
No, that one it probably will have screens involved. You're up and down and side to side and everywhere. But yeah, I don't even think that's a hot take, Jake. I think that's a standard wide opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
But like we say, we'll make the rules.
Yeah.
What do I want to go for next? Right,
I'm kind of throwing your order off, I think.
I'm just I've got mine on little tick notes, so I can tick them off when I'm done.
Okay.
To piggyback off that one again, then, Minion Blast was a complete waste of space and money. It's boring.
I don't get what's going on.
I never know where I'm firing because there's that many people doing it at the same time.
I always think, because it's normally like a 5-minute walk on that can get people through. The queue's pretty cool.
Yeah, that I think that's the best bit.
Yeah. And it kind of separates people at the front of the park, I guess, because that's always the bottleneck in it. That at the start of a day, or even just first couple of hours, it's always people are in that section. So I kind of feel like it separates it that way.
Yeah. I feel bad though because I loved the Minion films.
Yeah, I do like the Minion films.
I just feel like children are more easily pleased, aren't they? I suppose it's not like I always say in these videos. We're not the target audience, but they could have done something like that. Would have. I don't even want to know how much that cost. They could.
Well, think about it for a kid.
Who brainstormed and circled back on that idea? That's what I want to know.
But for a kid, it's flashing lights, shooting.
Yeah.
Minions. It's for them, it's ticking out boxes.
Like roadblocks on steroids, isn't it?
It fully will be.
So yeah, that I just.
Yeah, I agree. But I would like to like maybe if you learn more about it and understand it more, then
I'll
it might be more
figure out
enjoyable.
where I'm shooting.
Yeah,
on
I need to
screen.
do that. And like,
I
because
know
you can
you-
connect the app and stuff,
Yeah,
can't you? So
yeah.
I would like to know how that works. And well, we really should actually learn how that works. But that might make it more enjoyable. I'm not entirely sure.
But it's one of them where you go on it because like something else is busy and you can't be bothered waiting.
Yeah.
It's just a little pastime. You want a bit of aircon. You don't have to move because the conveyor belt moves for you.
Yeah.
But no.
But I do think the premise of it, of like how you're kind of active on it, I think that's quite something that's quite unique and something that's kind of
I'd
missing.
rather
in
go
other
on Men in
things.
Black.
But you're not as active as you are. And
I'm knackered when I get off that. Yeah, trying to hit that button in the middle before he
Yeah,
does.
very true. So yeah, my next point, so hot take number 3.
We need to figure out this situation because this is just awkward.
What you spinning about?
Yeah. We'll
'Cause we've
figure
got
it
so-
out.
we've got
We'll
so-
figure it
so
out.
puffy chairs.
I know. Piffy chairs.
Puffy chairs. So yeah, having a section for just the water rides is a genius idea. So that's my take. With it being like Toon Lagoon, and it's got Lagoon in the name. That's pretty cool. I didn't even think of that. And it's all the water rides. So it's got Dudley Do rides.
Dudley Do rides, Ripsaw Falls. Is that 2 rides?
Ripsaw Falls and the one where you get really, really, really wet.
Yeah.
And I think having that section together.
Rubber Dinghy Rapids, that's what I'm going to call it.
I feel like it makes, because it's not like a very big IP in terms of like kids won't really understand it that much.
What child under the age of 15 now probably knows what Popeye is?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking burping. Every drink that I drink on this podcast, I just
That's
burp.
flat as well.
I know. Yeah, so having that section together keeps it all kind of, I don't want to say it together again, but it keeps like, so if you know you're going to go on a wet ride, on a water ride, you're going to go to this section and you're going to stay there.
Yeah.
Rather than going to another section, getting wet, and then having to walk through all the other sections like to dry off or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's a smart play by Universal.
I mean, Jurassic River Adventures,
there's
a
that, I
bit.
guess.
You've got to go through Kong to get to that, but it's still close.
Yeah, true. It's pretty close, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good point. Is that number 3?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at mine now. They're just all so negative.
Yeah, but
I'm being
I
a
kind of wanted to address that, actually.
Negative ninny. I'm so sorry. Buffalo tots are better than pizza tots. I know you'll disagree.
I disagree.
Yeah. So if you aren't aware, there is a giant green ham that serves tots.
And it is probably one of the best quick services.
It's yeah.
I want to say it's best quick service out of all the parks.
Yeah. It's
There's
in
a hot take for you.
Seuss Landing, and it's immediately as you walk in on the left-hand side. You can't miss it. It's a big, giant ham that's neon green from the story Green Eggs and Ham, Sam I Am. And they serve hoo hash in a cute little tin, and they do different tots. And we always have the debate of which one is better.
Yeah.
And I would say buffalo tots every time. I'm just obsessed with like buffalo. I love it.
I think the only problem is the textures don't match up.
Oh, here he goes.
So like the what do I say? The chicken is like pretty is really fried in it. So it's like got the crunchy exterior. But then it's not got the soft middle like the tots do. So it's a bit of a mix, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the good thing for me. I like a mixture of texture.
Yeah, whereas the pizza tots is just mush.
Yeah.
And I'm about mush.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me know if you've tried the tots. Who do you side with? I'm buffalo all the way.
Yeah. So number 4. My phone's locked, right? Number 4 is that Universal shuts too early.
Oh, 100%.
Which I guess is not that. I mean, it's kind of negative still in it, but it's not that negative. It's because we just want to be there for longer.
But City Walk tends to be open late, but
I think the City Walk's open
is it
late.
like 2 a.m?
I think it's 1, but yeah, City Walk's open late. But I think like they could like it's like that time we went in. When was it? Winter time. Was it in
No, it was like 7
October?
p.m. things were
At
shutting.
7 o'clock, yeah. Oh, it was January. That January, and it was like the main premise of us staying on Universal is the fact we could go do something during the day. So we could go like say shopping or go to the outlets or go for walk around somewhere else,
Explore Winter Garden or
celebration or something like that. And then we could come back, and then we come back about 4 o'clock when as annual passes start, as like the express pass on our annual passes start, and then we could just go ride rides until 10 o'clock. But there's been times where we got back, and then by the time we got into the park like 5 o'clock, we'd have 2 hours to use as express pass, which is not bad. Like I understand the express pass, that's what we pay for, and like it's not always going to be open till 10 o'clock at night.
No, but when we went in summer and it was open late,
it was just so much better, wasn't it? And then we really do get what we like the value for money of the express pass.
Yeah.
With the annual pass.
But yeah, I agree. But again, they've got to think of their staff and things like that, haven't they?
And I wonder if that's going to change with Epic opening. Like obviously Disney's open till Magic Kingdom's open till 10, 11, innit? Most of the time, even in winter, it's open late. I mean, Animal Kingdom shuts early. That's because of the animals.
Yeah. But there's other places to go and vacate to after that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Okay. What do I want to go for? I'll get this one out of the way because we all know how I feel about this. I'm extremely happy that Rip Ride Rocket is being demolished.
That is the hot take.
That is it.
Yeah.
Straight up. There's rumours obviously flying around of what it's going to be replaced with, and
so one of the rumours is Fast and Furious. Would you be happy with Fast and Furious taking over Rip Ride Rocket?
As long as it's not a duplicate of the one we've currently got, which I doubt they're that silly to do that. So yeah, the rumour is that it'll be the same as the one in Hollywood that they're building. The drift coaster. But I don't know if they'll do a carbon copy or what they'll put there. I really don't know. But it's going to be weird looking at the stage and having that skyline and not seeing Rip Ride Rocket there.
I think they should.
It's iconic.
Almost retheme it to Minions, keep it within the Minions theme, and have it like Gru's spaceship or something.
Yeah.
And just rebuild it like they did with Hulk, and then they maybe could change your restraints.
Just change the restraints and change the 90-degree incline, please.
But I think that's the best bit.
It's traumatizing.
So different, and like I kind of always told. I think I've told this story before on this podcast. Is that like the Rip Ride Rocket 90-degree is like if you can conquer that fear, you could do anything.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
You don't think?
No, like.
Do you think you would have gone on Velocicoaster? Like you said that you wanted to go on Velocicoaster before, like anyway.
I'd done Rip Ride before Velocicoaster.
That's what I mean. But do you think you would have done Velocicoaster if you didn't do Rip Ride Rocket?
I don't know. That's a rough question. But like we watched the Kershaws on YouTube, and their son, I think he's like between the ages of 7 and 10. Apologies. He's done Rip Ride and not Velocicoaster. And if a 7-year-old or a 10-year-old can do it, that was the thing that got me on the ride, seeing children in the queue and thinking,
can do that.
They're not being
scaredy cats.
Scaredy cats. I was going to say something else, but
you can say pussies.
Yeah. I didn't want to be the one that said it. Then I can do it too. And the fact that your mum's ridden it repeatedly.
Oh yeah.
I was like, sorry, I swear I've got tahini in my eye.
With it all over my bumper.
Yeah, I swear. Yeah, that's what got me through it. And Fergie glamorous.
I do like Rip Ride. I will be sad to see it go.
I panicked.
And that's the thing. Like as many, I've ridden it probably 25 times, maybe more, and it still gets me. The 90 degrees still gets me.
I let him go on it on his own last time. I just sat on the grass and ate a cupcake. Yeah.
And I had some kid next to me, vest on, Darude, doing this, doing it for the video because the
Were
video.
You on the front row?
I was on the front row.
Why didn't you buy it? just
I should
to
have done just it,
relive
but I
that
think
again.
Is it just you though, or is it the person next to you
It's
as well?
both of you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna have me going.
Oh,
Well,
when we go this time, you'll have to get on front row with like your dad or
Yeah, that's a
Craig
good
or
idea.
something, and
Will it still be open when we go in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I think. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this is your last opportunity to ride it.
Yeah, I think
Thank
we'll.
God.
I think I'll go on it quite a few times.
I will sit there on the grass. Yeah.
Go on the Minions ride.
I would rather.
Would you?
Yeah.
All right.
Not being launched out of my seat, going uphill at 0.01 mile an hour. It's torture.
It is, but it's like I say, been on it so many times, it still gets me. Still like
It's
the
not
first
safe.
time I've ever.
It's not
ever
safe.
done
That's why it's been destroyed.
it. Right. Next take.
Mhm.
It's number 5. So it's kind of what you were saying about the Minions, and I think in Universal, I think there's too much like empty space or not used space that could really do with. I mean, they've got other priorities with Epic opening, and they've probably maybe not expected to close things. Like I don't think they should have closed stuff without either having the replacement already lined up, or
They probably do. They
Yeah,
just
but-
don't tell you everything.
yeah, well, obviously. But it's like Lost Continent. I wouldn't like it's going to sit there for probably 4 or 5
Oh, the
years.
rumours have been flying for that.
Yeah,
But they've got, like you say, other priorities.
yeah,
And
and like I don't know. Well, I mean, it's operational costs in it that they could have just why they should it if not that many people were going on it, which is like it's kind of just like derelict a bit almost now. And then there's all the sound stages and stuff which they use for obviously HHN.
yeah,
So that's not as empty as it.
there is a lot of space at Universal
Yeah,
that
so
is
much space.
not utilised,
used.
or it's utilised at certain points of the year.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So yeah, that was my take.
sorry, what was your point?
There's too much empty space.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll go on a positive. Well, it's kind of a positive. The Today Cafe doesn't get enough credit. It's a great option for
Yeah, I agree.
breakfast, and lunch. Are you all right?
Yeah, it's somehow got a Milo hair in the.
Are you
in
joking?
this?
The dog has
glass?
never stepped foot in this room.
I know.
We're just used to it by now. I'm sure I've consumed enough of his hair.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Today Cafe, their breakfasts are brilliant.
Yeah, the breakfasts are really, really good actually.
They're a solid option for breakfast in the parks. If you want something like light and fresh and not just deep fried turkey legs,
Yeah.
or popcorn, yeah, it's a good option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
the sandwiches look great. I had a cinnamon roll, I think, one morning, and some
I had one of the
fruit,
sandwiches, didn't I?
because health is wealth.
Yeah, it's a very fresh option, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my point.
Oh, mine's kind of good. It's followed on. So going back to a negative though, the sweet treat selection at Universal
Sweet tweet.
isn't great.
Okay.
So I was kind of thinking what actual sweet treats that I like from Universal, or would choose if you took it out of Universal and put it somewhere else, would I choose any of it? And even Butterbeer, I don't think. I think Butterbeer has got the sell obviously of it's Harry Potter, and like it is good, but like at the same time,
It's
would I?
sickler.
I mean, we've had quite a lot of it. So, and like I remember the first one we had
We were like
was
mind
banging,
blown.
yeah, and like it's still good. I still enjoy getting a Butterbeer because it's like one of them that we'll just sit and share. But then, like I said, take it out of the park, I probably wouldn't get one. Like if it was an option now and just eat, you wouldn't just think, oh, should I just
Can I order a butterbeer?
can I get a Butterbeer? So yeah, just think none of the sweet treats section.
I'm excited for that crepe they've got coming though.
And this
Go
on.
Epic. The butterbeer crepe.
crepe, yeah. I'm not sure.
I'll give it a whack, but
Yeah.
you don't like. Well, you weren't a big fan of the crepes in the New York
No, no,
area, and I
no.
think they're really good.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
it kind of carries on to which I reckon you've probably got this as a point.
Okay.
This I've not written this down, but this was kind of in the whole sweet treat section.
Sweet tweet.
Is about voodoo donuts.
No, I haven't
And
got that.
Have you not got it?
No.
I thought you would have put that. Yeah, I don't think voodoo donuts are good at all.
No, they're not. Like, aesthetically, the branding's brilliant.
Oh, Brandon's amazing. Yeah.
And we've suckered in and bought the mug because I just like the branding.
Yeah.
But they're just Krispy Kreme's better.
Krispy Kreme slaps.
Yeah.
And
Crosstown donuts, if you live in the UK and or around London, like they're my favourite donuts.
Yeah, just don't think the just sweet treat offering is not good.
I
but
disagree.
if anyone's listening and if anyone has any recommendations for me to try, hit me up. I like stuff that's just covered in chocolate.
He just like to have the interior of his mouth to be like clogged together, like. I can't even describe it. Like you can barely the cake from the cake from Matilda.
Oh yeah,
Bruce Bogtrotter's cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you got any recommendations, let me know because I'm down for just eating a load of chocolate. But chocolate in Universal's not great either.
No, you can't. American chocolate in general is not. It's not good.
No.
Hershey's is absolutely vile, and I'm really sorry if you take offence to that. Actually, I'm not sorry because it's horrible. It's bitter, and apparently, like I read somewhere that it's made with the chemical.
Is this tinfoil hat?
No, I'm not going tinfoil hat. I know what's my point.
No, say your point.
I can't remember. There's something to do with the chemical of when you're sick.
Really?
It has that bitter taste, and so it's something to do with that chemical. I'll find out. I'll put my nutritionist hat on, not my tinfoil hat. Not a conspiracy theory. But no, I disagree. I think there's some really good sweet
tweets.
Sweet tweet.
What would you say is good?
I love the ice cream that you get in Diagon Alley.
Yeah. See, I don't like ice creams.
You do, right? You need to get off this podium about it.
I don't like ice cream enough to want to eat ice cream.
I think you've just... Were you only fed vanilla ice cream as a kid and you thought that is the only ice cream that ever exists? And
I used to like ice cream as a kid.
So why do you not like it anymore?
Just don't really
exactly.
Like it.
He can't answer me, so he's just trying to be edgy and say he doesn't like ice cream.
I'm laughing. I've got tea in my mush. This lime's like poking me in
we'll
my eye.
Take it off your drink.
I don't want to put it on the floor.
Jesus Christ. No, the strawberry and the peanut butter ice cream from Florida.
The ice cream shop in Diagon Alley. That one.
Yeah. You can't miss it. It's got a big spinny cone. Yeah, that's good. What else is good? The lemon and blueberry crepe from the little crepe stand in New York, the New York area. What else do I enjoy? This is very basic, bitch of me. Auntie Anne's cinnamon pretzels. You've got them dotted around.
So. Yeah, pretty good. But I do have some on my to try list. Because they've obviously got the bakery case and...
Yeah, you've never had anything out of there.
But nothing's... There's a lot of fudge there, isn't there?
Yeah, your mum's going to have a field day. She loves her fudge.
And I want to try the Simpson donut before I can't have that again.
Yeah, because apparently they get them shipped in from a local...
Yeah, Donut King, I think they call it, aren't they?
Yeah, but you say before I can ever have that again. They're not going to get rid of Simpson in the next year.
And they'll probably just swap it out with another donut, I would have thought. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah. Right. It's not even funny, but it is. These things are great, right? And the fact that they have these scattered around the park, brilliant. The freestyle machines, absolutely reek. They stink. They've got a distinctive smell. And
You've never gone up to them and smelt them?
You don't go up to them and go... But you stood there filling up your water, and you're like, it smells like stagnant water mixed with like they're always next to a turkey leg. The one in Marvel, at the front end of it, across from Hulk, it just stinks like cheese and.
Is that by the toilet as well?
Meat and no, it's not. You've come across the bridge.
Yep.
Hulk's on your left.
Yep, you go right.
Right, and there's one immediately there.
Oh, is it?
And next to a little like.
Oh, where they have the Spider-Man meet and greet, is it?
I don't know. It's before, opposite Doctor Doom, but before you go into the entrance to Doctor Doom. But that bit stinks. I think it's like the cheesy whatever they're selling in there mixed with the turkey leg.
Yeah.
But the people are just like filling up the drinks and overflowing, and or they'll like decide that they don't want what's in the freestyle cup, so they'll just dump it on the ground, and it's like full of sticky sweet, and then it just with the Florida heat and it heat. If anyone's ever been to like Magaluf, right, and you're going back to your hotel really early in the morning because you've had a big night, the strip when it starts heating up. The pavements, they stink.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like stale beer mat.
Yeah, hear that.
But yeah, the freestyle machines, they're brilliant for staying hydrated. Like,
that's good that I've never heard that before.
They stink. Some of them smell worse than others.
Yeah.
I think there's one in Jurassic Park that like that bit that stinks as well.
Bit. Yeah, the stink. I was literally just about to say that one smells.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that's by Men in Black isn't that bad. The one that so you go right over the bridge.
It's next to a little kiosk stand as well. Like,
and that's next to a toilet, and that
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
The one in Marvel Island is the worst.
Yeah.
You're walking on the road bit, not even on the pavement where it's situated, and you can just smell it. Or is it just me? You say I've got a really overactive.
You do have quite a strong nose. But yeah, I do get what you mean.
But yeah, they stink.
Yeah.
But don't get rid of them. Maybe just clean the
put
fluids from the floor.
Put a little air freshener.
That ain't gonna solve it.
Okay. Next one. Right, I've done sweet treats.
Sweet treat.
So Universal Studios is more of a event space / festival site than a theme park. And part of it is probably because there's so many Scream rides is a big one. And I mean, if they change it too much, then it kind of takes away the fact that how easy it is for them to set up HHN and Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, no. Yeah.
We've never been to Mardi Gras, so we don't.
I really want to go. The food looks good.
Yeah. But like when there's not Mardi Gras and there's not HHN on, then it feels a bit empty. Not saying that's a bad thing because we enjoy just to go walk around.
Yeah,
Hollywood
and
Studios,
it doesn't feel like
Universal Studios. Sorry.
Even though it's busy, you've still got space to mooch about.
Yeah, which I do think is the plus side to it. So it's not as bad as a thing as I've made it out to be.
No, I don't think. But what you're saying is true. Like, but I think it's a good thing.
Yeah,
that Universal have that space to fluctuate,
switch around from what Islands of Adventure is.
It's good they've got the two now. The third.
Yeah. Yes, it's more of a chilled out atmosphere, and like I did see I've seen a few people posting like online and in Facebook groups and stuff saying that like they could only do Universal for half a day, and I feel like
both parks.
No, in Universal Studios.
Oh right, okay.
So if you did just smash out Studios, yeah, you probably could get it done in half a day, but like the whole beauty of it is just like you kind of take it all in.
Yeah, and it's a very easygoing park. Yeah. It's not Magic Kingdom level stimulus.
Yeah. Or even full on like Islands of Adventure. That's pretty high on the stimuli.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Switching completely, the hotels. Right.
All right, go.
We stay at this hotel every single time we go. It's perfect for us. in terms of being adults, and it's quiet and it's clean and it's modern. The pool's quiet. We prefer that. But Adventura's food court is seriously lacking compared to the others. Like, yeah, the pizza was bang average pizza. I've had better takeaway pizzas at home. But
see, I quite enjoyed the pizza when I was there. It did, like, you don't like Pizza Hut, do you?
No.
Where it does remind me a bit of Pizza Hut where like
Papa John's or Domino's always.
Like the tomato, it definitely doesn't taste like. It does kind of taste like tomato, but it's like so artificial tomato. So like that's.
But yeah, like you go down there in the morning for your breakfast, and it's just they've got like
breakfast. It's
a
really
board
lacking,
with like 4 items on it, or you can get a bagel.
Or the bagel's expensive.
For a bagel, like just a bagel.
Yeah.
Like I get that they've got the like the stir fry section. I got a stir fry one day. It was just
average,
below average.
Yeah.
There just needs to be more options. Like they've got the space. It just always seems dead.
Yeah.
Like there's barely anyone behind the counters.
Yeah, I hear that.
They could like all that space. They could have like a salad bar and.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's wasted space to me. But they've got upstairs bar 17 where they do like better snacks and bites than they serve downstairs.
What time that opens in the afternoon, doesn't it?
After 4, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like on the lift doors it says 4 p.m. Or no, that's the lift turns to an express lift.
After 4.
After 4 or 5 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adventura's food court lacks compared to the others. Like you go across the road to
Sapphire Falls.
No, well, across there or across the road.
To Cabana Bay.
Yeah, which is the same on par in terms of like budget.
Yeah, that food court's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, and they've got like the malt shake section that we've been meaning to try. But every hotel's going to have its down points, but the pros outweigh the cons at Adventura for us. And
do you think that is why? Like, do you think because obviously Cabana Bay, you've got more of you've got more entertainment and like more hotel, I guess, where Aventura is just that little bit closer. So do you think that's why there's like not as much?
They've got to cater to all audiences, haven't they? And like we treat that hotel as somewhere to sleep, shower, get changed. We don't see it as like.
We very rarely eat there, to be fair, or like. It's very rarely an option to eat there.
I would like a better breakfast. Like all your options are the Starbucks, which you can get anywhere. Or the bagel thing. You can get French toast.
Yeah.
Which was okay.
It was all right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then it's a case of, like you say,
I think
we always go eat breakfast somewhere else because there's probably not an option.
Exactly.
If there's a better option to eat.
Yeah, I just think Adventura, Universal seem to put a lot more effort in with every single other hotel's food court or food options, and then Adventura was like, meh, they don't need it.
Yeah. That's a good take, that.
Thanks.
My next one follows on from that quite well. So the best perk about staying on site is the walkability to the park.
Yes.
So obviously even with Hard Rock and what's the other premium? The
Portofino Bay.
Or is that the Italian-esque one?
Yeah.
What's the Royal Caribbean? No,
that's Disney.
That's a cruise ship as well, I think.
Yeah.
What's the other one called?
Portofino Bay.
What's the one we walk past along the walking path?
Oh, Royal Pacific.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So them 3 top tier ones. Like,
I think.
Portofino Bay is a bit further.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really count, I guess. But then like Hard Rock, you're paying the extra money. And like the express pass is good.
That's worth the room alone.
But then on top of that, the walkability to the park is the best thing about staying at Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Because like you can get to the park in maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, I still can't believe they do a water taxi.
from there.
Yeah.
It's so close. Yeah. It's for people who I guess who can't really walk
Yeah,
that much. I guess. So
and
like,
you've done a full day around the theme park.
Yeah.
Any extra walking at that point, you just can't be asked.
yeah. So yeah, I do think that's the
That's a very good point.
that's the best perk. And like where we stay at Aventura, and even like what we were saying with Cabana Bay, like you can get there in 10 minutes. Whereas, like we say, it's a bit you're always gonna kind of compare them with Disney. And there's like not that many walking options in Disney, which kind of puts me off personally about staying at Disney. Is that like what we were saying earlier about you could go do something during the day, get back to hotel, and straight away you can go and just walk to the park, and you can be there in 15 minutes. And there's probably options like that at Disney that we've not really explored, but they're not that many in terms of like what there is at Universal.
I just don't want to be getting on the buses at Disney to
Yeah.
get about, because
But we've never done it, but I guess it'd be
it's not for us and what
No.
we want from
No.
those kind of holidays.
like even if there's a bus there.
That's
at
why we stay at
Universal,
Aventura.
Yeah. And if one comes at Aventura and we're about to walk to the park, we will ask the question, should we just get the bus or shall we walk?
I'd rather
And normally
walk.
we'd rather
Yeah,
walk.
it's such a nice walking path as well.
Yeah.
And you just cut through
Sapphire Falls.
and then you can get on their water taxi or you can carry on walking.
Mhm.
And it's part of our holiday. Like it's just like we're on his way to the parks with a little coffee.
First day, get a
and-
coffee, walk down
Yeah.
the park, yeah. It's not that hot in the morning.
No.
Yeah.
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 You get to see the little boat in the water. Not
Mhm.
the boat, the aeroplane. Okay. The Hagrid's queue
Yep.
is seriously claustrophobic.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
the more you get into that castle
Yeah.
and underground, not castle, what is
Yeah,
it?
it's Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you start going through the tunnels. I'm like looking at all the fire exits. Like, if something happens now, we're all gonna stampede and
Yeah.
someone's seriously gonna get hurt. I
Yeah.
don't know how they've like got that past health and safety. It
Mhm.
does not feel health or safe to me. I'm just like, yeah, the deeper I get, the more I'm like, oh. And I'm looking at the sprinklers on the roof and I'm like, they're really close to my head.
Yeah, they are pretty close. Like the bit where, like you say, they get into the cavern bit.
Yeah. And then
That's probably the worst bit.
everybody starts to get closer to you
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
yeah.
when you're in those tunnels and you're like, the walls are closing in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty. If you were really tall in there, it'd be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point of it. You're supposed to be going underground
yeah.
and I get that and it's really immersive to that point. But if you like, my fear is like I'm really like claustrophobic.
Mhm.
I like my personal space.
Yeah.
Hence why we've had to move here because he was too close to me on that sofa.
We were like this one.
But yeah, it's claustrophobic
Mhm.
in that queue.
Okay. My next take is about the Wizarding World, actually. So I think this is like probably the biggest take
Dun, dun,
in
dun.
this. The restaurants in the Wizarding World is the worst place to eat in the parks. So both studios and Islands of Adventure.
And why do you think that is?
So I think it's not as quick as like a quick service is. I think like I've eaten there a few
Have
times.
you?
Yeah, not when I've been with family when I was younger.
Okay.
So it was like, but I had breakfast twice, and I think I ate a meal, like a dinner time meal once. So like, who wants to be eating like fish and chips? I can understand, but it's not British fish and chips. That's it.
And this is what I was going to come to because
you put
we
that
can
down?
get these foods at home
Yeah.
all day, every day. It's not appealing to us. And I don't want to be going in 34-degree heat and eating bangers and mash.
Oh
like,
yeah, fuck
no.
that. And like
Sweet corn.
a full roast chicken.
Yeah, no.
So I think like even the other ones that might not be as good. So like say the Avengers Cafe or whatever it's called, the Captain American's Cafe.
I was going to say Avengers Cafe.
Yeah. You know the one in
the Fantastic
is it
Four
Fantastic
one.
Four?
I think it might be.
Yeah. Well, the ones in Marvel Landing.
Yeah.
Like they're not like amazing food, but like they serve the purpose of it being quick, and like I'd rather go and get a below average burger than try stomach a bangers and mash.
Just why, man?
Yeah.
Why? But you're in Diagon Alley, and
Yeah.
that's in the UK, and
Yeah.
I just think they need to. I don't know if they've consulted a British person, but yeah, as a British person.
I'd be interested to hear from another Brit that had gone to.
But the fish and chips are fish and wedges. They're not chips.
Yeah, they're not chips.
Sorry, I got really passionate about it.
Be interested to see how many British people eat in Diagon Alley or in what's the other one? Hogsmeade.
Hogsmeade.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's the free broomsticks in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it's that hot, I'm not about eating a Sunday roast-esque kind of meal.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving swiftly on. Don't sleep on the high in the sky Seuss trolley.
Yeah.
Even if you are a fully grown adult. Right.
At night time as well, it's pretty good.
That ride is cute as fuck.
Yeah. And it's never really got a massive wait time. Like if it's got a big wait time, then the park is rammed, and you're gonna be waiting for everything.
Yeah, it's so cute, and you get brilliant views on there. It's a nice little rest for your feetsies.
Yeah. You can go wave at people, and they always wave back. Everyone
that's
waves
just
back.
fun to just wave at people. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's like a child's kind of little roller coaster. No,
It's like a bit like a monorail. I guess.
it's an elevated above Seuss Landing. It goes around Seuss Landing above head level. It's quite high up, and we were on it like, God bloody hell, this is going quite quick.
It went pretty quick, didn't it? Yeah.
It reminds me. I don't think you will know what this is, right? Anybody that's ever been to Blackpool and been to Coral Island, which is like the big.
Is there 2 parks in?
No, it's not a theme park. It's
Oh, is it not?
like an amusements.
All right.
And it was all indoor, and it had like a casino-y bit and like slot machines, grabber machines, and it was just the big one.
Yeah.
And there used to be a like a ride that went round the top of the roof of that. Yeah.
Wow.
I think you sat in a parrot, and it was like a pirate ship theme thing. Yeah, I remember that. If anybody remembers that, please drop it in the comments or like tag me, because I did not make that up.
Well.
That's real. But that's what it reminds me of. So.
And if you've never been on that and you went on High in the Sky,
it's higher. I don't know.
Would you still like it as much as you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a completely different thing. But like, Seuss Landing's like really fun and bright to look at, and you're seeing it from a whole different angle.
People do complain about Seuss Landing, like being old and outdated, but I think it's
cute.
I like Seuss Landing.
And Universal's a park that caters more to teenagers and older adults.
Yeah.
There needs to be something for
Yeah.
little teeny tots, even though Cat in the Hat is scary as fuck. It is. It is.
Aircon's banging though.
Yeah. No, it's creepy. No.
Is that the one where the one comes out rocking at the end?
I don't know, but I get the same vibes. I get the same vibes off of Winnie the Pooh in Magic Kingdom. Like, them kind of rides just creep me out. Moving on.
I think I've got 11 hot takes actually. Let me just count. 1,
I've
2,
got one
3,
more.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You've got 11. But I guess this one's not really a hot take. So I think it's my bonus one.
Would you want to leave your bonus one for the end, or is it?
It's not amazing, so I'll just say no.
Okay.
The walkway between Islands of Adventure and Studios should always be open.
The walkway between.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you'll have never been on the walkway.
No, I haven't.
And I don't know if it was open at one point and always open, but when I like 2010. And it was open, but I don't know if it was open because it was rammed in the parks.
I think yeah.
I don't know if they still open it when it's really, really busy. But yeah, they need to just have that open all the time.
But how did they manage, like, people
tickets. I guess
'Cause
that's
you need a
probably why they don't
multi-park
have it
ticket,
all.
don't you?
Yeah, because you'd obviously have to have people sat there.
Scanning it.
Yeah.
It's extra manpower.
I wonder if when Epic opens, and I wonder if they combine the two and have it on
It's
one
going to
ticket.
change things, and yeah, we're going to have to
Because
see.
someone made a really good point on.
This mic keeps dropping.
Someone made a really good point on Epic and why they only offer them tickets. It's because obviously it's going to split the. I've just hit the mic myself as well. It's the way they split the. They're going to split the existing universal customer base in half almost. So that's why they're having them only go to Epic for one day, because then the other part's going to take a hit.
Yeah. That they need to manage crowds. It's going to be insane.
And that everyone will want to go to Epic. So I think maybe they will end up doing that in the next maybe 3 years. Maybe
we shall see.
Yeah.
A lot is going to change.
Yeah. So then they could have it open all the time, and they wouldn't need someone to man it.
Yeah. Do you want to go again since you've got?
Okay, I'll go man that one. So I feel like Island of Adventure needs one more big thrill ride to kind of split the wait times from Velocicoaster, Hulk, and Hagrid's, mainly from Hagrid's. And like I remember speaking about it last episode, I think, babe, where we was on about, was it? Oh no, the one before that, the overrated, underrated, and we were saying about Hagrid's and how they could manage the time and like try and bring the time down, and like it's always going to be super popular. But then if they had another ride, I think that would be the way to kind of split it, so then more people there'd be more options for people to do rather than always doing Hagrid's or queuing for Hagrid's. So part of it was kind of because they got rid of Dueling Dragons, whereas I saw Dueling Dragons a bit
there was
like
two to get on
that as well,
Yeah.
because how fast they could get people through it. But then like like at Hulk, and like sometimes it goes on like 15-minute wait time,
Yeah.
and that's like a 5-minute, like you walk
You
on
walk
pretty much
on,
a 15
yeah.
minute, don't you? And it's like, how does that drop to that wait time? And even Velocicoaster sometimes drops pretty low.
Half an hour.
Yeah, even in half an hour,
You're on it in 15, 20.
probably, because like part of it is getting your stuff in locker.
But I think it's too intense
Velocicoaster.
for
So
a
it
lot
puts
of
a lot
people.
Whereas Hagrid's is kind of catered for everyone, I guess.
And Hagrid's is like the IP that's bringing millions of people to that park.
Yeah. So if they had another like thrill ride that was like probably a big IP.
Well, you never know what they're gonna do with Lost Continent now, so
maybe if they put a big ride there, that'd help split the wait times up a little bit.
yeah. Okay. The last hot take. The Hogwarts Express is a one and done. Once you've done both ways, like it's just a means of transportation, and by the time you've waited, it takes absolutely ages to get on and off it.
It does take ages
It's
to get off
bottlenecks.
Yeah.
Getting off it, and you're all trying to. I'm surprised there's not been injuries down them stairs.
Getting off it is pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you're getting off in Hogsmeade.
I never remember which way around it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes up too much time. You could have walked there by that point. The line's long. And I don't like being awkwardly sat in a really confined space with 6 other people that you don't know. And everyone's just kind of going, oh, look, Dementors.
Spiders on the windows.
Oh, did you know that's not really Hermione's voice? Like,
True. Yeah.
So once you've been both ways and you've seen it and experienced it, I don't think it's
I do think like probably goes down to the walkway thing. Like if the walkway open, there'd probably be less people using the Hogwarts Express, which good and bad things for that, innit?
Yeah.
But
sorry, I was really aggressive at that point again. I'm just passionate.
But it does have a big wait time, which is
it does, and
and even with express passes, we've had to wait quite a while to get on it. Where you could walk out of the park, like you could probably get from Hogsmeade to the front of the park in maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've been battering your feet and you're like,
it's a nice
tired,
break.
like it's a nice break. Well, especially if you want to go back to the Wizarded World as
Yes,
well.
that's fair point. But if you're going from, say, Hogsmeade, and you want the next thing you want to do is like Born Stuntacular.
Yeah.
You've then got to walk trips through the whole of Diagon Alley. You got to fight your way through that. Then you've got to get to the other side of another theme park. Whereas if you just came out of the theme park, walked through City Walk.
I do quite like that front bit of twosomes and.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's normally pretty quiet, and it's a nice little break in it.
Yeah.
I know you're still walking, but yeah, still a break.
But yeah, once you've done both ways, for me, I wouldn't rush.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And the stairs, they're not safe.
Right, is that it?
Yeah. So those are all our hot takes for Universal.
Let us know what you agree with, or if you've got any other hot takes that we.
Yeah, what are your hot takes?
Yeah.
What are you passionate about?
Yeah.
But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you look forward to seeing the shelves be more fully stocked soon based on our travels. But yeah, if you're not following us over on Instagram and TikTok, it's just at Orlando Accomplice. We'd really appreciate it. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be really helpful on this growing journey that we are on.
Yeah, thank you all for watching / listening.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon.
See you later.